Hey gents, this is Jones 21290 coming to you with a video review or tabletop review of the Smith and Wesson M&P 9mm. I have here the full size with the external selector for your safety. This is the first pistol I bought. I'll go ahead and do a chamber check. Hopefully you could kind of see that's empty, but anyway, this first pistol I ever bought, and actually the only pistol I have right now. I'll go ahead and start off by saying I at no point in time have ever been law enforcement or military. I do have my concealed carry permit, and I practice that often, not on myself but on an accessory bag. I'll go ahead and start off with the price. The price point on these, they've been out for a while now. You can find some used, you can find police trade-ins. If they aren't shot out, I'd say go ahead and go for it, unless it's 357 SIG, or chambered in 357 SIG, which they had some issues with. But price point on these, you can get one of these for approximately the same as you could a Glock. That's going to be the first comparison to a Glock right there. Next off is purpose. Again, like I said, I have my concealed carry permit, and while I do have an in the waistband holster for this pistol, it's rather large. It's comparable to a Glock 19, which is, you know, a more popular style of Glock, or popular model. But the purpose, the reason I bought this, again, is the price. I paid $550 for it, which is probably about $50 to $75 more than I could have got it for at the time, but I bought it locally, and I wanted to go ahead and get it the day my purchase permit came in, or not purchase permit, but concealed permit came in. I use it for range use, and again, like I said, I put it in a bag and take it with me, so it is in my car whenever I'm going somewhere, or, you know, so on and so forth. But I don't usually carry it on my person, especially during the summertime, because it's rather large, bulky, and hard to conceal. They do have the shields, and they do have the compacts, which would probably be a little bit easier for that purpose, or a little bit better, a little more job specific for that. But, you know, at this time I don't really have the money for one of those. So I use it mostly for range use. I have shot competitions with it. I won't say I've done great. The pistol's done great. I haven't really done all too great though. Ergonomics on this pistol are another reason I purchased it. I'd shot Glocks, mostly 19s, and a few other flavors of Glocks, and you know, they really didn't feel good in my hand. I'd never shot one of these. I bought it solely off a price point and the ergonomics, because it fits so well in my hand. It's got the beaver tail, which some people don't like. You can remove that yourself, or you can send the frame off to get it professionally done and kind of bob it. But that, in my hand at least, feels really good. Again, you can change out the back straps. That's another thing, that at the time I bought this, they were only up to the Glock Generation 3, to where you couldn't interchange the back straps. Now with the 4 you can. I think they switched over to that partly because Smith and Wesson did, so they had to kind of keep up with the times. Alright, accessories. I have bought all sorts and brands and types of accessories for this pistol. About any brand sites you know out there for Glock, they're going to have it for the M&P as well. Trigger upgrades are kind of limited. Anything in the action, anything in the trigger, the extractor, and so forth, you're probably going to have to go to Apex Tactical, which you can find online. They're a company out of California. Their parts are rather expensive, and currently this one has the duty carry action enhancement kit, which pulls your trigger pull down and makes it a lot more smoother. But Apex really makes the plethora of parts for these in terms of internals. Holsters, mag holsters, pistol holsters, you know, lights, all these come with rails on them, so you can fit a standard standard sight or flashlight on there, which is really good. The only company that makes the extended mag release, if you like those, is going to be Costolutus, and this is the catalyst from Costolutus. I think it's kind of pricey at right around $25 or $30. I bought this one used because I ain't feel like paying that much for a piece of plastic. I may keep it on there, may not. It's hard to say because it'll kind of release the mag when I holster it sometimes. So, but anyway, that's it for accessories. You can buy barrels for these. Again, you can buy the sights. There are all kind of parts out there for them, but there's not as many vendors or manufacturers as there is for Glock parts. And part of the reason, not dissing Glock, but part of the reason is from the factory, these pistols are pretty good to go. You know, the slide release is fairly out there a little bit. If you use that, I don't even use the slide release on this. I mean, other than the triggers on some are a little rough from the factory, but outside of that, they're pretty good set up as they are stock. Alright, comparisons to the Glock. So again, like I said, I've shot Glocks in the past. I have nothing against them. I'm an M&P fanboy myself now, you know, not afraid to say, but the structuring, the engineering of these, if you take one of these down, and I'm going to strip this one down shortly here, it looks very much so like a Glock on the inside, the internals, so on and so forth. The only difference is, other than the ergonomics, is your slide is going to be stainless steel with a melanite coating, whereas the Glock has the carbon steel with the Tenifer finish. Both finishes are really great on both guns, to my knowledge. The M&Ps had, or Smith and Wesson had an issue at one time with the first few batches of the melanite coating not really applying that well to the stainless, but I think they got the kinks worked out on that. And again, like I said, the finish is really good. I know with this lighting you might not be able to see it that good. I do have obvious holster wear, but the pistol has about 3,000 rounds to it, so that's going to be, with any pistol, you're going to have a little bit of wear showing at that point. That's pretty much it for the comparison in Glocks. Again, like I said, the prices are right around the same. That's it for that. Customer service. I never personally had to deal with a customer service, a Smith and Wesson. Everyone I've talked to in person as well as online have had top-notch service from them. But again, like any other company, it depends on who you talk to on what day. But you know, for the most part, on the M&Ps at least, I've heard nothing but good things on the customer service. Never had a part to break on this. Never had any jams, failure feeds, so on and so forth. So, like I said, I haven't had to deal with customer service. Why I bought it? I pretty much already covered that. Price, ergonomics. I shoot fairly decent with it. The gun can definitely outshoot me. It holds good groups. It's not, you know, even from the factory, the sighting wasn't off that bad. With me shooting it, at least. Cleaning, disassembly, and finish. I've already gone over finish. Disassembly is fairly similar to a Glock. You pull the slide back. There's a little pin in there. You can push forward with the plug for the back strap. You push that forward, pull the slide back, let it go forward, and it'll slide right off. But for the purposes this time, and you still got to pull the lever down here regardless which way you do it, or you push it forward like so and do as you do on a Glock. Pull the trigger at the same time, take safety off of course, and from here you can see it's very similar to a Glock. You got your striker block, you got your striker, you got a one-piece stainless steel guide rod, which is another benefit they have over Glocks. Again, not that they've really had many problems, or if any problems, with their plastic guide rods, but this is stainless steel one piece from the factory. That's as far as I'm going to take that down. This, take your trigger assembly out. You're going to take your takedown lever out. You can take the front out. You need 2 punches. At this time I can't really remember what size they are, but I did have to take them out to install the trigger kit from Apex. That's pretty much it though. Again, like I said, very similar to a Glock. Put it back together. Again, pull back, push up on your lever, and it's good to go. At this point, if you use the internal sear drop, all it does is drop your sear so the slide can come off. At this point you'll have to put the magazine in and rack the slide back again for it to engage the sear and pull back on the striker. Put the mag back in, it's back together. Cleaning, these are just like a Glock to clean. You can go a ton of rounds really without having to clean them, and again, I've never had any issues with them. And I'd suggest if you're a new shooter, shoot it, check it out, make sure you don't have any damaged parts, and if you have a lot of copper fouling in there after about 500 rounds or so, I'd suggest possibly going ahead and clean it, but you're really gonna wear it out more if you clean it more than you shoot it. That's it for that. Basically that's it for the tabletop review. Again, I really enjoy this pistol for what I use it for. Again, for concealed carry it might not be a great choice. Just for range pistol, for competition, it's obvious there's a lot of guys out there who have them. There's a lot of guys who switched over from Glocks and they love them. And I've really had no issue, no complaints with this pistol. If you got any comments or questions, feel free to ask below, and I'll do what I can to answer them. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes. Thanks, guys.